Now let's take a look at solar. Well, yes, it's true. Solar panels take up a lot of space for the amount of energy they produce. But that amount is decreasing significantly. And besides, we don't have to take up vast areas of acreage anywhere and build the access roads and the other kinds of things that he claims needs to be built in order to be able to utilize solar energy. We can use existing buildings for a start. The existing buildings that make the most sense right now are big box solar. Big box because if you take a look at a Walmart or a shopping center or a distribution warehouse, that's what they look like, a big box. They have flat roofs. You put solar panels on these roofs, frequently built into building materials, roofing materials themselves, and what you have is an energy generation that will provide something on the order to 15 to 20% of the amount of energy required, and sometimes more. Then you can take something else. We already have asphalted over a significant portion of America. If you've ever driven down Route 1 from coast to coast, it is like you're driving down one long stream of car lots interspersed with fast food places. And what do these car lots have? Nothing but open space above them. What if you put canopies over the existing asphalt, and in those canopies you had solar cells, and you produce electricity? Well, the city of Santa Monica did that over a decade ago. They built a canopy parking area, and they were so convinced that plug-and-play cars were going to be available soon that they actually set it up so that you could drive to work, plug your car into your parking space, and charge the battery while you were working. That's not so far-fetched. Then you have a company like Kyocera. Kyocera is a major manufacturer of solar modules. So they decided they better use these solar modules to show you how they work. So obviously they put some on the roof of their manufacturing facility, but they also had a parking lot, and they decided to put a canopy on the parking lot. And because they didn't want some ugly-looking thing, they talked to an architect locally, I believe in San Diego, to design one. And he designed something that's absolutely magnificent. A tree-like structure that doesn't get in the way of drivers, that can't be easily knocked over, that can withstand earthquakes and high winds, and which is covered with solar-producing cells, generating electricity for Kyocera's plant, and providing shade in the Southern California sun for the employees' cars. That's the kind of imagination that's going on in all of the areas relating to renewable energy. And I can't understand really why the professor doesn't take these things into consideration, why he seems to think we've got to be using vast areas of land that is not available at the present time. So if you think about big box solar, and you think about parking lots that we've already paved over, and you start thinking about putting up some solar farms in the desert area of the southwest, and you think about putting in some mini solar farms and on wastelands, okay? Wastelands. We have if you go to a university, a lot of university campuses, you'll find off tucked in the various corners unproductive land space. It's not good for parks, it's not good for almost anything, but it's fine to put solar panels up on poles and generate electricity. I haven't even talked about solar hot water. Virtually any home with more than 2 bedrooms can benefit from a solar hot water heater that preheats the water and cuts your electric bill by anywhere from 7 to 14%. at a very minimal cost. So if we take a look at all of the various ways in which you can use the different technologies and take a look at a particular given regional area and say what are the best ways we can deal with the existing materials that we have on hand, whether to produce energy, the space requirements, we can resolve a lot of the local problems that way. Think, for example, if we put solar power panels, just a kilowatt or two on all new construction. Doesn't create a significant financial burden and significantly reduces the amount of energy, particularly if the house is already being built to any kind of green standard. And the drive for building buildings to a green standard is accelerating rapidly. The U.S. Green Building Council, for example, now has over 10,000 members. Most of them are professionals in the areas of architecture, construction, and engineering. They are all ready to go. They just need to move their clients a little bit closer to going green, and some of them have been able to do that.